I've thankfully been able to do comedy all over the world, which is great, and I've really enjoyed it. Vietnam, one of them, obviously, tick that box. Singapore, tick that box. Hong Kong, tick that twice. Switzerland, TikTok. France, tick. What else have I got there? Mexico, Tiquito. America, TikTok, comedy club, motherfucker. What else have I done? Yeah, anyway, some of those places. Got to go around and do all that, and thankfully get to go back here and live my dream by reading the screen of the bits that I've skipped out. Okay. That's all right, you don't mind, do you? No. Still laughing, aren't you? Don't make me come back down there. I will. I don't even feel 40. Like, how many of you 40 feel 40? How many of you do? Right. I feel 25, Ben. Yeah. But that's only because when I was 15 I had a heart operation. And apparently when you have a heart operation, does anyone have one? Anybody? Old fella? No? Hey? You're doing alright, aren't you?
Plenty of others, but not a heart.
Plenty of others, yeah, fair enough. You got all those iPhone appendages I was talking about, nobody got. No, but the thing is, it's interesting because when you go through a heart operation, they stop your heart in your lungs, which means you're technically dead. And that means when I came back, it's been 25 years, this should be 2025 actually. I don't feel old because that, but it was interesting because, you know, I felt like I had my comedy calling because at that point when they stop your heart and lungs, you go through, they literally switch everything off and for a fair few hours, and I basically, have you heard of people saying when they pass away they see the light? Yeah. Yeah, well I did. Room for a full theatre as well. No, we'll move on. I want to say something else, ladies and gentlemen. You know the world, right? You know since we've been doing this show, there's been 14 different Prime Ministers of Australia. I don't know if you noticed that. When you walk out of here, there's going to be some other joker. And they are jokers, aren't they? Politicians, world leaders. No? You don't think so? They're all jokers, and the thing is we keep getting them in, we keep voting them in. Fuck, if we want to elect jokers, why don't we elect comedians? We're the real deal. This will be more entertaining, right? I'll give you some examples. Letizia, from Italy. You had one of the biggest jokers in all of the world, a guy called Silvio Berlusconi, President of Italy, and head of the Bunga Bunga Party Association. Underage prostitutes, good idea, mate, yeah, that works well. And meanwhile, in Italy there's a guy called Beppe Grillo who's a comedian who decided to run for politics, one thing, right? So it's precedence. In London, there's all the Londoners, where are you? Hello, there you are, love, good. Now, in London, they've recently got a new Lord Mayor, Sadiq Khan, right? But before was Boris Johnson. Has anybody seen Boris Johnson? Boris Johnson is what we call in Australia affectionately a big unit. He's got bikes named after him, the Boris bike, but that's only because of suggestion for how he should get to work. He's a big white dude, and they put him as a publicity stunt last year on a flying fox. I don't know if anybody saw this in the news. Imagine big Boris on a flying fox, he gets halfway down and gets stuck. And they had to get ladders in to take him down. You're the Lord Mayor of London, hello, there's a public transport issue. Meanwhile, they got a guy called Ed Izzard. Has anybody heard of Ed Izzard? Yeah. One of the best comedians ever, does it in multiple languages, copied my shit. But he doesn't do French spoken. And he travels, and he's like older than me and he runs marathons, right? This guy's running marathons, and he's, oh sorry, I forgot to mention, he was also going to run for Lord Mayor. How can you have a competition between a guy who runs marathons and a guy who can't even work out gravity? Who would you rather run the country, right? And it's worse in Australia, because in Australia we forgot what democracy is about. Democracy was invented by the Greeks. Any Greeks here? Yeah, only one, there's a bit of a crisis going on. The Greeks invented that democracy, right, and they gave it to everybody, and then we stuffed it up because, you know, like, they gave us democracy, they gave us politics, they gave us economics, they gave us economic crisis. They also gave us two other exports, a guy called Mark Philippoussis, who we call the Pooh, and Nick Kyrgios, who we call the Little Shit. You can't trust Greek exports, is what I'm saying. But then the problem is, we also, it got a bit weird about 2007 in Australia, when we decided fuck it, we don't need to vote. Anybody can go in. Any minority you want can be Prime Minister. Doesn't matter, you can be Prime Minister, mate, after your comedy career. Right? Because in 2007, we had a guy called Kevin Rudd, who was a little albino midget who spoke Chinese. I mean, that's 3 minorities in one, right? And that was great, we're all forward thinking, we voted him in, but then a couple of years later, without an election, there was a female ginger from Wales, right? Another 3 minorities. And she came in and we went, mate, did you vote for it? Oh, I didn't vote for it. Did you vote? Oh, I didn't vote for it. Did you? No. What should we do? Fuck it, we'll go have a beer. A couple of years later, back came the albino midget. And everybody went, did you vote for him, mate? Oh, I didn't vote for him. Did you vote for him? Oh, I didn't vote for him. Did you? No. What should we do? We'll go have another beer. Right? And that's how Tony Abbott got in. Everybody was drunk. And Tony Abbott got in, everybody, did you vote for him, mate? Oh, I didn't vote for him. Did you vote for him? Oh, I didn't vote for him. Did you? Yep. It's your shout. You know, I don't know about you, ladies and gentlemen, we got like Malcolm Turnbull now. Malcolm Turnbull is crap for comedians. He doesn't do anything funny, but Tony Abbott was gold. We're the fuckers that voted him in. Keep going, Tony, it's great. Because here's a man who believed in creation, denied evolution, even though he looked like the missing link. I mean, his ears were so big he was picking up CNN, ABC and SBS at the same time. No wonder he was worried about illegal aliens. You can hear them coming down in his spaceships. He was trying to stop people smugglers. Maybe stop wearing your budgie smugglers first, buddy. I got a job for Tony. I think we should put Tony on Christmas Island in his budgie smugglers. So when the people smugglers come along, they go, no way, turn around, vote around. Now, I don't know how on earth I'm going to translate that for my American friends. Budgie smugglers, worse than thongs. But I do think this is a pattern and I think it should be continued. I think more comedians should be in politics. What do you think? Yeah. More comedians should run the country, be more entertaining, probably make better decisions. I'll give you an example. I'm actually thinking about it when you step up here and take over my job. Don't do it yet, it's called job sharing. We'll do it. But I think we could have some comedians run countries. I think, it'd be great to see someone like Russell Peters. Does anybody know Russell Peters? Russell Peters, running like India. When they're talking about the India, Pakistan, Kashmir problem, like, Pakistan, what's the matter, man? You want Kashmir? Don't worry, man, take it and go. Simple solution, right? Maybe Jamoan could run Ireland, and be like, do you know when you're Irish, but you're not sure if you're half Irish or half Northern Irish? Have you wondered, you fight each other for hundreds of years? Do you ever, but I think we could have some comedians run countries. I think, it'd be great to see someone like Russell Peters. Does anybody know Russell Peters? Russell Peters, running like India. When they're talking about the India, Pakistan, Kashmir problem, like, Pakistan, what's the matter, man? You want Kashmir? Don't worry, man, take it and go. Simple solution, right? Maybe Jamoan could run Ireland, and be like, when you're Irish, but you're not sure if you're half Irish or half Northern Irish? Have you wondered, you fight each other for hundreds of years? Do you ever, part of New Zealand? Auckland? Oh, cool, sweet, heard of it. Nice work. So you live there, or you over here taking their jobs? Oh, you came to, good on you. Yeah, I know, so did everyone else, love, I hate to tell you. There you go, all right. How are you, mate? Don't hug yourself like that. Self-love is good, but not that much. What's your name, big fella? Anthony, good name. Good. I don't fucking know, it's on the science wall over here. I think I'm turning 40 or something like that. Yes, so Anthony, what do you do? Madam? That's what I do, I talk to people. Is that okay? You're all right, love. I don't just talk to people that stare at me. What do you do for a living, Anthony?
I
have no idea what that job is.